This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning and welcome to rink number 2 here high atop in Cold Lake. I'm Tyson Dolynny. I would normally give you a pretty good intro to a live stream. However, we're going to fire it right onto the ice and we're going to get going with rosters because we're a little bit behind the scene here in Cold Lake this morning. And of course, the host team, Lakeland Jaguars, have already hit the ice, so we want to cover that off as fast and as quickly as possible. We'll start with the host Jaguars because, quite honestly, I haven't seen these guys yet. They have been out there playing on the other rink, and I'm looking forward to seeing what these ladies have to bring this morning here on rink 2 for potentially their only visit over next door to me this tournament. So we'll start off with number 3 at D, Clara Krawchuk. Number 4 at forward, Haley Berard. Number 5 at forward, Faith Donovan. Number 7 on D, Leanne Larson. Number 9 on D, Emma Name. Number 10 at forward, Hannah Hall. Number 11 at forward, Abby Metuis. Number 14 at forward, Dacia Loden. Number 15 at forward. I did actually try and double check that one. I believe that's correct. If anyone wants to argue otherwise, I got that directly from head office here at the tournament, so we're hoping I'm bang on. Number 15 forward, Tanis Lewis, who I believe I was told isn't here this weekend. I'm not 100% sure on that. I've told a lot about this Lakeland Jaguars roster in about the span of a minute, so it takes me a whole game to understand a hockey game. You imagine how little I understand in a minute. All right, anyway. Number 16 at forward, Hannah Thorne. You guys sitting over here coming from the main rink, watching coverage of the Jaguars all yesterday, and now coming over to this guy on Dolynny TV, just having a good old time over here. I'm sure you're mighty confused at the kind of show I'm running, but don't worry about it. We'll have the fun here, and we'll correct the scoreboard as we go along. Anyway, who did I miss? We were at Hannah Thorne. Number 17 at forward, Juliana Bateman. Number 18 on defense, Sydney Desjardins. Number 19 at forward, Sierra Nuttall. Number 20 on D, Isabella Corey. Number 21 at forward, Riley Moon. Number 22 at forward, Barry Lynn Rosechuk. Number 27 on defense, Ella Dole. And then we've got the goaltenders, both wearing in the 30s for this tournament, which is, I think, the only team on the tournament schedule that has this. Ava Pinch wearing number 35 and number 30, Kyra. I knew I was going to mess that up. I literally have it written down on my sheet how to pronounce it. Kyra Quinney, number 30 in net for the Jaguars as well. All right, my apologies, folks. Let's get this going for the Beaverlodge Blades. Thankfully, the scorecards work out just in my favor again. Let's flip over and make sure this tournament goes good here on this side, as I gotta get the Blades logo up, and see, that's what I'm talking about. Gotta switch it over here. There we go. Bang, live in real time. Away we go. Left, right score. And looks like we're gonna have a little bit of extended warm-up time here for both sides, as the Jaguars have hit the ice a little early for warm-up. I think we're a little bit behind schedule, however, and that may play into me losing a little bit of lunchtime later this afternoon. We will see. We'll see how quickly this one gets through, because my goodness, the first period of that 9 o'clock game this morning, a doozy between the Inferno and the Lightning. That first period took some time. We had a lot of icing calls, we had a lot of stoppages in play, and it just seemed to drag on. But, I mean, by the end of the game, nobody was complaining because of what it turned out to be. Now we're hoping for the exact same thing out of Beaverlodge and, of course, the Jags here on rink 2. And you know what? I know Beaverlodge. I've watched 2 of their games. I'm going to watch all 3 of their games on this rink this weekend. But what I got to say is they've come to play hockey, and secondary to that, my goodness, how excited am I to actually get a call the Jags for at least one game this weekend. Very much so looking forward to it. And the thing is, left to right, right to left on your screen here, however you want to say it. In the whites, Beaverlodge is the home team for this game. The Jaguars will be the away team. Home and guest on the scoreboard, in case you see the scoreboard. And you see kind of lines up how they're warming up on our scoreboard up top. That's all just random. I kind of just pick and move logos as I need to make things work, whatever's easiest. Other than that, like I said, I'm looking forward to calling this game. Yes, because, right, the Blades, I get to finish up a full weekend for them. The Jaguars, I get to call them for the first time and actually get my chance to call the host team. But nothing has disappointed on rink number 2 this weekend. All the teams, every player, every goalie on this rink has gone out there, played their hearts out, hustled hard, done everything right you should do at Provincials to play a good tournament, and it has been fantastic to watch all these teams here on Ring 2 go at it for 60 minutes at a time and do their thing on the ice as they have all season leading to getting here. Anyway, the Beaverlodge Blades roster, we should get to that. I can probably assure you, based on my my memory of going to school when I was in kindergarten, Zoe Edwards' kindergarten class, Mrs. Schott's class back in Kenora, Ontario, will not be watching this morning. That's all right. Hey, you know what? They're probably watching back at home, and that is probably part and parcel why we've got some folks joining us on the live stream so far already this morning for this one. So, Zoe Edwards, number 3 on D for the Beaverlodge Blades. I have to keep going back to that story because that's the kind of stuff I'm here for. Number 4 at forward, Darian Weiss. Number 5 at forward, Madison House. Number 6 on D, Amber Marth. Number 8 on forward, Emma-Lane McGlattery. Number 10 at forward, an AP as well. So you'll notice me talk about Violet Pattershuk a little bit more than it seems I'm talking about any other player, especially if she's buzzing around the puck, simply because she's an AP, and that is a very exciting moment to be here at these Provincials when you're an AP. Faith Collins, number 11 on D for the Blades. Number 12 out forward, Kiana Ehrenberg. Number 13, out forward, Rose Pattershuk. Number 14 out forward, Mariah Desjardins. Number 15 out forward, and an MVP of one of the last games yesterday, Katie Antonio. Number 16 on D. And like I said, I've watched the Blades for 2 games. I think that's the most out of anyone so far. Actually, the Airdrie Lightning, I just finished up their second game this morning, so it still hasn't fully soaked through my brain. But Haley Rodrigue, if you're a Jaguars fan tuning into my first broadcast over here on Rink 2 today, the player you want to watch on the Blades, from what I've seen in terms of skating ability, is Haley Rodrigue on the Blades. Fantastic edges out there on the ice and has scored some beautiful goals, kind of Connor McDavid-esque from my take on it so far this tournament. Hannah McGlattery on D for the Blades. She's been a strong, steady player back there on the back end for the Blades as well. And then Alyssa Horseman out forward. I guess I should have been doing this for everybody on the Blades because, quite simply, I can give you some knowledge as a Jaguars fan watching back home of what you're facing for this team. But I have a lot of great things to say about the Blades players. Like I said, they were one of the first teams right out of the gate. It was the Roughnecks and Blades first thing on Friday morning, and that was a heck of a game as well. Both morning games have not disappointed, and like I said, both teams went to war that morning, and it was fantastic to watch that one in a tie. Both teams got a well-deserved result for a great game. And then you've got, rounding out the roster, Taryn Regan and Shay Line is the goaltender for the Blades. She's already won an MVP this tournament as well, and she is a great goaltender for them. So now with 2 goalies for the Jaguars, I'm not sure who they're going to start. I honestly haven't even had time to review game film of what the Jaguars have done this tournament. Last night, the crew of us here doing the live streams, we went out to the Original Joe's in Cold Lake, just to give them a little plug for feeding us late at 10 o'clock after we left the rink after opening ceremonies. But yeah, no, it was fantastic going down to Original Joe's and getting a meal in us, but that's about where we stood. I had a half a poutine and 2 peanut butter cookies for my meals yesterday here at the rink. That's no one's fault but my own. However, one of those things of you kind of wish you would have eaten more, and so because of that, we weren't able to get a little bit more done at the end of the day like you would have wished, because we had to go find some food because the crew of us here bringing you the games were starving. Here we go. Folks, you ready? Ah, that's the website. I was looking for that. Get you some scores in a bit. Anyway, we're going to step aside for O Canada and honor our great country, and we'll play the anthem. right, let's play some hockey. The Jags, the Blades, here on Rink 2 in Cold Lake at the Cold Lake Energy Center for the U18 Female B Hockey Alberta Provincial Championships. Like I said, I gotta come in hot, and I gotta get going now that we're into the midday. There's no more saving the fuel. I think if I'm gonna be the guy broadcasting the host team, you gotta lay it out on the line and have a little bit of fun. So let's get this going. Face off at center ice to drop the puck in period number 1 with 20 minutes on the board. It's going to be into the face-off dot. Emmeline McGlattery for the Beaverlodge Blades. It looks like Sierra Nuttall for the Jags, and it'll be a face-off win for the Jags. So they're off and running. Isabel Corey with the puck now. It'll be moved ahead, and there's Nuttall again carrying it into the offensive zone. Carried around and down low, battle along the end boards. Players collide, and the Beaverlodge Blades will move it back to the point where the Jags keep it in briefly. This one now moved out, and McGlattery's got the skates going early in this one. Already skating through the neutral with a couple of legs turning a little faster than it looks like I saw this morning towards the end of that third period, with both teams gas laying it all in line in the 3-2 final this morning here on Rink 2. Now picked up by Nuttall, turned in and thrown down into the zone. The Jaguars will fire it off the boards and rim it around back behind the goaltender line. 19:10 to go in this first period. 0-0 the score as we just are getting underway here in Cold Lake on rink number 2. I'm Tyson Dolynny. Of course, you missed the intro. I really didn't get much of intro time. A chance in front of the slot, shot blocked by Hannah McGlattery to come up with that block. I told you to watch for her back on the back end of the Beaverlodge blue line, and they're looking good so far early, making a couple key stops in front of the goaltender line. The Jags meet it back in their own zone. Now played across the blue line, but that is offside on the pass from Bateman, and we'll have a face-off just outside of the Blade zone. 18:39 to go in this first period. I'd like to welcome you aboard Dolynny TV if you're a Jaguars fan for the first time in the tournament, potentially, if you've been over on the main rink watching all the action on Cold Lake Ice TV. Now, folks, it's a little bit different of a broadcast over here. I'm not afraid to laugh at myself. I've come to learn that the best joke is usually the one you make yourself. Here come the Blades into the zone, played there, fired off of the stick of the goaltender, and of course, goaltenders don't have numbers on their side of the net, so I see a 3. I know that much. I'm not familiar with the helmet, so we'll figure out who's in net for the Jags here in a moment. I guess I could ask someone, but I guess who's going to grab me and actually tell me, as it's back out in the neutral. See, I already told you about laughing at myself. Back the other way now come the Jags, skating hard at it. Shot fired, rebound, just missed at the side of the net there. And it'll come back to the point for the Jags. That shot fired wide through the crease. And that was Abby Metchwis just missing it at the side of the net for the Jaguars. Now the Blades play it back, and it's Hannah Hall, coming back to the puck, and, well, was not able to keep it in. And now it'll be Isabel Corey playing it up and ahead, and here come the Jaguars into the offensive zone yet again. The Blades seal them off and will get it around the boards and try to chip and chase this out of the zone. They do. It's down into the neutral now, and that's Corey back up with the puck for the Jags. She's been active with the puck on her stick quite a bit already this morning. The puck now played into the neutral zone again by the Blades. It'll be picked up by a Jaguar stick and carried in by Name. Name's going to fire this shot. Shot fired just wide by Name. 17:07 to go in the first period. We've got ourselves a developing of what's going to be a fast-paced hockey game. I think this is the fastest kind of run-and-gun game I've seen so far out of the gate. And here we go. Shot from Nuttall. Fired wide off a body. Loden goes into the corner. Fires down and knocks down the opposing Blades player. And it's going to be the Blades player, number 13, Rose Pattershuk, that it goes to the box in that collision. 16:47 to go in this first period. All right. I think we're in it for the fun. I think we're going to have a good time. Face-off's going to be pulled to the other dots. And the teams will transition setups. Shots down, and away we go. As this one's going to go back out to the blue line, kept in there by Larson. of the Jaguars. Now the shot coming in from the point, deflected by Line into the corner. The Jags come up with the puck, and it's Leanne Larson with the puck at the blue line again, getting it across, but an active stick there, and it'll be moved down, and this one now carried ahead, chance across, and just off of the stick in front of Mariah Desjardins. Mariah Desjardins, as she saw that one just come off her stick on a chance to shoot. This one carried ahead and now down the ice by Thorne. Thorne carries it across the blue line deep into the Blades zone, continues on with it, goes for the wraparound, puck's in the crease, battled out by the Blades, back to the point now. It is going to be held in by the Jaguars. Now back behind the net. The Jaguars control the puck. Loden sees the shot go on by, can't get it on net. It just bobbles over top on a deflection. Puck now behind the net and carried there by the Blades, looking to get out of their own zone on this penalty kill. Down a player on the ice. Another trip upcoming, and that's going to go again against the Blades. So they're going to find themselves shorthanded 2 players here for the next 44 seconds as Amber Marth goes to the box with 15:31 to go in this first period. And Sean, it's my great pleasure to have you along watching us in the States this morning. It's still 11:56 here in Alberta. Great to have you along. Appreciate you having me out for this tournament, approaching me to have me here, and it's my pleasure to be here as well. And we've got a power play to pay attention to here. I can get all thankful and stuff if I want. I'll save that for the end of the tournament. How about the Jags firing a shot backhand from Donovan, misses wide over top of the net. And that's the first real good chance for the 5-on-3 with 19 seconds to go. Shot fired, deflects again, high over top of the net. 15 minutes to go in this third period. Puck played down, and the first penalty set to expire in 5 seconds. Chance wide open, Line the save. Another stellar save from Shea Line, and now Emmeline McGladdery in on the breakaway. Shot fired, scores! And just like that, one good chance at one end leads to a goal at the other. And it is a 1-goal lead, 1-0 on the shot by Emmeline McGladdery for the Beaverlodge Blades with a $1:13 to go in the penalty kill. It is, in fact, number 35, Ava Pinch in net, by the way, for the Jaguars. Just got that confirmation when she turned around after allowing that goal. So we've got ourselves the goaltending matchup. Line, Pinch in net for the teams. And we've got a face-off at center ice here following the goal. Still short a player are the Blades. They're going to fire this one down and immediately win the draw and kill the clock as quick as they can. And this one fired down into the boards. And Isabel Corey will once again go after the puck. And this one back the other way now. Puck fired in and back around the boards. Giving chase are the Jaguars on the dump in. That's number 11, Abby Metchwitz, going after the puck and now named there to meet it. Plays it back to the point. Shot fired. One-time clap bomb from the point. That was one heck of a wind-up. And another shot comes, and that one just bobbles off the stick of number 18, Sydney Desjardins. Ava Pinch will go around back behind her net to Isabel Corey. Will pick it up there for the Jaguars and carry it out and load up the attack. Still 15 seconds to go on the power play. And this one just fired down deep, kind of left there into the no man's land to try and set up an attack. Nobody can get to it. It's number 27, Ella Dole, coming up with the puck, wearing that A for the Jaguars this afternoon. This puck now played up, 13:29 to go as it enters the Blade zone. Penalty is off the clock. 1 goal on the board, and that coming from Emmeline McGladdery just moments ago on a breakaway shorthanded. This puck all the way down the ice, but it will be icing. Okay, I guess I'm going to have to get some clarity on that because, quite honestly, Antonio was there well before anyone else, and they still called it down. So I'm not sure how that works, but I guess there are some rules that I'm not aware of. Still here on day number 2 with 13:15 to go in this period. And oh, guess what, Tyson? Who's forgetting to update the score? Right, me. This guy. I am forgetting to update the score here in this game, so let's go get that updated as fast as possible as another icing call upcoming. Nope, sorry, that's bad. That's bad, I butchered that. Let's go here. Let's go get this going. There we go. Correct. Good to go. All right, folks, let's do it. Puck is down, face off to the left of the line. The Jaguars win it back. Dole fires it down. Nuttall meets it there off the end board bounce. Puck will wobble around behind the net. Jaguars shoot, load, shot fired, and that's a tap inside door by Dacia Loden, who gets the goal to tie the game 1-1. Maybe a little precursor for me putting that one marker up on the board for the Jaguars just a second ago while I was trying to correct the score. The Jaguars tie the game with 12:50 to go in the first period, and we've got ourselves an even game with a face-off upcoming at center ice. And again, I've seen a couple of goals like that over here on this rink so far this weekend, where it's just one shot, go and stand in the right place and just wait for it to come to you. And this squad, the Jaguars, end up scoring the goal, and I'm really not sure what's going on with the stream here. My apologies, as it seems like we're having a little bit of technical difficulties loading things up. I'm going to lower the bit rate here, but seems like it might just be the increase of people here in the rink that's causing us to lose a little bit of the stream capabilities here in Cold Lake. The puck now back in the Blades zone. 12:13 to go. This is the loudest I've heard the rink, but I mean, given the fact that the entire stands here in Cold Lake in rink number 2 are filled up, I'd assume that would be the case, quite honestly. Now the puck back in the Jaguar zone. They've got the puck in control. They're going to skate it up and out and get through a couple of Blades, and now skating straight up is Corey. Corey's got it across the line, and now the Jaguars try to possess, but turned over to a Blades player who will carry it, dump and chase along the boards and try to push past. Now in on the attack, the Jaguars see the Blades come up with the puck. McGladdery there turns it back. And they'll kind of skate and set up the forecheck. Will the Blades in the offensive zone. The Jaguars see it behind their own net. This one turned back, and it's just kind of a couple of sticks, whack, puck to the boards, puck back out, stick off the boards kind of thing. And that's exactly, they're battling for possession back there behind the net. Is what it is as it comes out of the zone, and now the Jaguars will come back the other way. Turned around there by Zoe Edwards. And instead turned over to Faith Donovan, who gets a chance in front. Nobody's going to be able to capture a shot. So it goes back, played behind the net, and that's left for Haley Berard, who's going to chip it around behind the net. That one I thought went in, but it instead ends up just behind the net. This one now goes back down, played along the half wall. Again, you're going to see this broadcast angle several times here in Cold Lake. It's not great at all, but it's the best we can do. And this one at the blue line, chipped ahead into the neutral, and the Blades trying to get out. Larson with a poke check there to turn that one back. She sees it, however, go back into her own zone. She'll regroup there and play it up off of Blades' skate and into the blue line area where the Jags are going to start out in full flight. They were looking to develop a 2-on-1, couldn't, as they were turned back by the Blades, and Ella Dole will come back to pick up the puck in her own end. Hannah Hall sees it come out around her, and now it'll come back up into the neutral where the Blades will play it and look to set up the attack. That one turned back, and a couple of players go battling into the boards. Madison House unable to come up with that puck, and she'll see it go all the way over to Rose Pattershuk, who plays it down the ice, and that will indeed, yes sirree, be an icing call against the Beaverlodge Blades. There we go. John, you're updating that the stream looks fine. That's good. That's important, because I'm not sure what's going on my end, that then it's giving me grief, but hey, we'll figure it out as we go along, that's for sure. The game back underway, 9:43 to go here in this first period. The puck played out by Beaverlodge. They'll go down the ice, and now it's Haley Rodriguez loading up. Like I said, if you're a Jaguars fan watching this team, the Blades, for the first time, watch for Rodriguez. She is one mobile defenseman, that is for sure. Deflected in front off of Rodriguez that time, and a save by Shay Line just kind of snags it out of midair as it's flying through her blue paint. And we'll have a face-off to her right with 9:23 to go in this first period. All right. I'd like to see what's happening over next door. You know, that's always what I'm curious about on the live streams. I just don't know what's going on next door 90% of the time. This one played out by the Blades, and they've got a 2-on-1 coming back the other way. That one just held up along the side wall for Mariah Desjardins, and she couldn't cash it as it's now back to the point. The Blades loading up the point shot, look to instead pass it off, and it goes right onto a stick of a Jaguar in front. This one played down just after crossing half, and now back behind the net. The Blades will regroup. This one fired up and back into the neutral. As we'll see it bounce around a little bit as Faith Donovan carries it in for the Jags. Shot on net, scores! Beats Shea line 5-hole with the hard drive to the net, and Faith Donovan turns a little outside action into something major, a goal there to give the Jaguars a 2-1 lead here with 8:44 to go in this first period. Now that's called taking it to the net and putting it home. Face off at center ice after the goal by Donovan. Drawn over to Larson. She'll fire it up off a body though, right in front of her, and it'll go back down into Jaguars territory. Dole sees it play there. This one goes off at Bateman. And Faith Donovan will play it ahead. And in case you recognize the voice on the mic for this announcing schedule, it would be none other than Crystal Fry on the mic rocking it for the Jaguars on that goal call. All right, folks, we're back to hockey here. We're going to go back into the Blades zone. 8:10 to go. We got a couple of people can't decide if they're coming or going in the stands. That's all right. Nobody really figuring out where to sit here, as there's a lot of people standing here in Cold Lake. The puck comes off the half wall, and now away come the Blades. That's going to be carrying it up ahead. Alyssa Horseman, she's pretty hard on the forecheck. She's going to take a hit, a hit. That's what they're going to call it. And she will draw a penalty right there against Hannah Hall. I am absolutely loving, and that is case in point and an example of what I've been talking about all weekend. I'm loving the extra push for the extra inch of ice. Players are drawing that penalty a little more than I think would tend to happen in a regular season based on my experience. If they are grinding it out, they all know what the stage is, and as I said in the last game too, this is Provincials. You might only get here once in your life, and secondary to that, you know what, you want to have as much fun as possible, and you know what, you're probably having a lot of fun if you're winning, so I'm loving the desperation, the little extra bit of effort from all teams actually involved to get on the ice and just go out there and try everything they can to do to win a hockey game every time out on the ice here on Rink 2. Isabel Corey on the penalty kill will fire it into the Blades zone. Picked up there by Haley Rodriguez, who finds herself on a power play yet again. Puck goes in to the Blades zone one more time. It's past Krawchuk down the ice and back in behind Ava Pinch. It goes back around, nobody there at the point for the Blades. They'll go now pitch and catch at their own blue line, cut off by Nuttall. Nuttall will go into the bench, I guess. Kind of the bench area there. I couldn't really see what was going on. And now Abby Metruis picks up the puck, fires it just wide. 6 inches at best, wide of the far post. 6:39 to go in this first period as the Jaguars lead 2-1. Look at me actually keeping up on the score. Is that impressive or what? 6:30 to go in this first period, as mentioned. As we go down out of the Blades zone, they're looking to use this power play to get something going. And actually, pardon me, the Jaguars are the home team on the scoreboard. That is interesting. I did not expect to see that, as they're wearing the away colored dark jerseys. Ava Pinch, a glove save on a shot there on the power play to keep it a 2-1 game. 26 seconds to go in the penalty to the Jaguars captain. Face off to the right of Pinch. Puck goes down and it'll be played back and now fired out by the Jaguars and down the length of the ice for a clear. 20 seconds remaining in the penalty kill for the home squad. Shot fired. And that one, I think, deflected off of a stick and up into the bench, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll have a face-off just outside of, oh, actually just inside the Blades zone. All right. I'm going to take a second here as they go to collect themselves at this face-off dot to call it, as this one goes back and, well, will be pushed ahead by the Blades. 7 seconds to go in the power play. It's all the way down the ice. Sydney Desjardins given chase there. She'll come up with the puck and fire it out just past Haley Rodriguez. And out of the box immediately comes Hannah Hall, looking to try and get that puck down the ice, and a chance on net with fresh legs out of the penalty box as fast as possible. Not to be had, however. Puck goes somewhere. It's on a stick of a Blade in the neutral zone, and it will be played back into the neutral zone by the Jaguars after they regrouped in their own end. Puck now, 5:26 to go, and you know what? I said it about the last game. The first period wasn't zipping by. This one, zipping by, if I can honestly tell you the truth. Now I can't even get a drink of water. Shot fired, backhand opportunity denied by Line. And we've got ourselves a still 2-1 game with 5:13 to go in the first period. So one thing that I think, the one thing I hate about my setup over here on rink 2, and it's legitimately my setup here on rink number 2, is the fact that I don't have the time clock for you back home. That's why if you ever notice I'm really mentioning the time early and often, that's just simply because I know it's not up there, and especially as we get into the third period, that can be very critical. Coming back the other way though now, the Blades skating into the zone, pushing through is Hannah McGladdery, really charging hard, couldn't get it to go though on that offensive rush towards the net. The puck now sitting along the near side boards. McGladdery, a second opportunity, fires it just wide and just out of the reach of Rose Pattershuk. McGladdery sees it go past her stick, so it's into the neutral zone and turned back. Katie Antonio will skate it in her own end, chased down by Loden of the Jaguars. This puck off the boards, and the Jags come up with it here as they'll turn back around, and skating with it is Sydney Desjardins. Or sorry, no, that's Thorne. Yeah, sorry, that's Thorne. And yes, okay, sorry. I'm looking at my scorecard, but how about that? A 3-1 lead for the Jaguars. I get all turned around on the scorecard, and it is indeed the Jaguars who will score that one, scoring it through Shea Line, and it'll be a 3-1 lead for the Jaguars. Okay, I'm going to go over to YouTube quickly. Just watch that on the replay and get you a goal call. That one, they just drove to the net and drove it home, I guess you could say. And the Jaguars will take a 3-1 lead here in this first period late. 4:15 to go on the clock. First time I get mixed up on numbers on the Jaguars side in the first period, and it cost me a goal. Crazy. 4:05 to go in this first period as the puck's back in the Blade zone. 3-1. Shot fired back and around. Faith Donovan finds it back behind the net. So Hannah Thorne doesn't get the goal. I missed who did get the goal. And now Donovan will carry it up behind the net. Shot fired out of the blue paint and back in. Donovan behind the net. She's been active back there all game long. And we've got a delay a game call coming up. Or, okay, I heard something about delay a game, but I don't think that's what they're calling. That might have been something from the stands. So it's just the net came off for the first time over here on Rink 2 all tournament. So it looks like now we've got a little bit of action happening here on the stream. That's not good. It's back down below the net. The puck will go. We're back to the green light, so that's good. That's huge as we are going to see this puck chipped in the middle of the ice. Bateman comes up with it for the Jags. She'll fire it back in and met there by Hannah McGladdery, who absolutely rifles that into the neutral zone. Great clear, looking for a stick, hoping a stick could skate into it, couldn't get it going, and now it's fired back down into the Blade zone. 3:03 to go in this first period. And now skated out by Hannah McGladdery, who's got all kinds of legs into the zone. Fires that one just over top of the net, over the glove of Ava Pinch. And now back the other way come the Jaguars, skating with it. Its name and Metchwith. The chance denied by who else but getting right back is Hannah McGlattery to deny that opportunity, and that is one heck of an end-to-end effort, two-way game all the way back to get the defensive effort successfully done. The Jaguars find it at their own blue line now. We've got a situation here where I think the stream has actually just cut out. That's okay, we're fighting it today over here as there's a rink filled up. Pucks around the boards, 2:14 to go in this first period. Shot fired, denied by line. And we are dropping a lot of frames here all of a sudden. My apologies, folks, for the stream. I will try and at least get the game up for you on YouTube if the stream doesn't exactly work out the rest of the way home this afternoon. Now the puck back into the Lakeland Jaguars zone. Clara Krawchuk comes up with it and plays it along the boards into that near side corner. The camera's got about as good of an angle as I do. None whatsoever. Puck there carried out, and I believe that's Nuttall bringing it ahead. We'll get it across now to Loden, who will go in, leave it for Nuttall, who will rip the shot, deflected off a body. It goes sky high and onto a stick of a blade. Coriel fired around for the Jags, and it'll be left there for Zoe Edwards, who will have to come up with an effort against a forechecker. Does. Puck turned over to the Jaguars behind the net. Now an opportunity here as they set up the attack, going back behind the net, and nobody can cash it from behind the net to the front of the net and get it in on net, so it goes through the blue paint and back. Loading up a shot opportunity, Line the save. Nowhere where the puck is in danger because Line's got it under her glove. And I think after all that talking, I could use a sit. Sit down a sec. Bust open the water bottle. Take a drink and recharge. All right, let's stand up again and let's call this one. Face off, won by the Blades. Back out to the blue line, and they're going to charge after this. Katie Antonio's got the puck coming with her. Rose Patershuk, and they've still got an opportunity here. They can't get it on net, though, and the Blades will see it go wide, and a chance goes right onto the stick of Sydney Desjardins, who will just play it around the boards. The puck now sitting behind the net briefly as it was fired out by Madison House. Shot comes back in from the point from Haley Rodriguez and fired in off the boards, and the Jags will go for a line change. Puck played around the boards now. Haley Rodriguez with it, chips it out in neutral. Dole gets a touch on it, but it goes the length of the ice anyway, and it'll be collected there by Bateman, who's got one back checker coming on for the Blades. That leads to the puck on a Blade stick in the neutral, being fired into the Jag zone, which gets fired up. And now Berard with the puck in the neutral as time expires in this first period. Sorry, I got sucked into the hockey game. I forgot all about the time. I told you it happens, and it did indeed happen here in the first period. I'm not entirely sure what we got going on here for the second intermission, or first intermission, but we will head into the second period. So that's one period of play done here between the Jaguars and Beaverlodge Blades. A heck of a hockey period if you're talking from a period perspective of the Lakeland Jaguars, the host club, looking for early success, and they've got it here in this first period this afternoon. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining, I kind of noticed there's been a trickle of people joining a little bit later in the first period. I'm Tyson Dolynny. This is Dolynny TV that you're tuning into live for this Lakeland Jaguars game. I've got the coverage here on Rink 2 all weekend for this U18 Female B Provincials here in Cold Lake. It's my pleasure to be back home calling this one for you. And again, I didn't get to say it off the top. I do every other stream, but we were kind of running late with things this morning as we were getting ready to fire this stream up for you, is the fact that I would like to thank the organizing committee, the volunteers, and everybody involved in putting on this provincial tournament here in Cold Lake. The fact that I got invited out of the blue to come back home and call provincials for the first time in 5 years. I have not called a provincial hockey tournament game since the championship game of the 2017 Junior B Provincials in St. Paul. And here I am 5 years later, back home after leaving home about 4 years ago to go down south and find some work. And we're back here in now the beautiful, fully completed rink number 2 in Cold Lake for the U18 Female B Provincials. And the fact that I get to call it back on Dolynny TV, which is something I've worked hard to build up and have a voice here on YouTube, is absolutely incredible to me, and I'd like to thank everybody involved in getting me up here this weekend. Now, I don't even know if they're going to end up listening. I don't even know if they've listened to a single second of me nattering on about hockey here on Dolynny TV all weekend, but quite honestly, I wouldn't be able to do this, and I don't even think they'd want the recognition for it, so I won't give out the names, but I'd like to thank my hosts for the weekend, allowing me to spend the weekend at their house, kind of come and go as I please, gave me a key. I can get in as needed and kind of come and go, like I said, as needed this weekend, because it's a lot of early mornings and late nights. I think I've seen them a couple of times in the evening and once in the morning so far, but you know what? When you leave home, you're never quite sure how many of your friends back home are going to remember you, but to have these friends of mine here in Cold Lake reach out to me even before I knew I was coming up and say, hey, if you ever need a bed in Cold Lake, don't sleep in your car, Tyson. That is something I've done, by the way. But don't sleep in your car. Come stay at our house. I don't care how long. Just come on in. We'll make you feel at home, and we'll make sure you got a bed for as long as you need while you're up here. And that's exactly the case here in Cold Lake this weekend. So, right. And how do you repay somebody back? I'm trying to give them the nicest gesture I can on the stream and give them that little bit of thank you from the bottom of my heart for allowing me to have the security I need to be able to, at the end of the day, do this tournament. That's something I haven't mentioned. Now that that's out of the way, I can breathe a little easier because I knew I needed to get to it and I wasn't sure when I was going to get to it. And here we go as the Zamboni going around the rink here in the first intermission. I've gotten to it. We'll now get to the great tournament sponsors for this tournament here in Cold Lake that I keep talking about. I'll step aside, go get some more water, go get things taken care of, and we'll be right back, folks. So folks, it's Tyson Dolynny back here on Dolynny TV as we get set for this second period upcoming here in Cold Lake on rink number 2. I'd like to just take one more moment here to thank another couple of set of people very integral to making this weekend a success here for us at the U18 Female B Hockey Provincials. I've got Nick once again joining me on camera this weekend. He's been phenomenal and has had to be a trooper so far this fine Saturday morning. Getting up early after having school all week. I know how much it means to high school kids nowadays to get out of bed a little later on Saturday, but he's here and he's doing it and he's doing a fine job. But why he's being a trooper to me is he's had to, they were all taking shifts yesterday when we had a couple more hands on deck. But this morning so far, he's through 4 periods of straight hockey standing there. And I think he's a little worried that he's staring down the gauntlet of doing 9 straight periods today. So I'd like to thank him, and more in large on that, I guess. I'd like to thank Jared Nickel and Cold Lake High School for, again, every tournament here at the Energy Center seems to steal a crop of kids that have some experience, no experience, are interested, just doing it for the credits or whatever the case may be. And I mean, I was one of those kids back in the day. I can remember spending many evenings at the JJ Park covering stuff over there back in the day before this rink here in Cold Lake was open. But I'm just always grateful, and now seeing it from the other side as somebody just coming to town to call hockey games and actually having great camera people I can rely on throughout a weekend to make sure my product looks good here on Dolynny TV is just incredible, and a testament to the fact of, right, obviously as time goes on, time forgets some stuff, but one thing that I know Jared Nickel and the staff at Cold Lake High School have never forgotten is kind of the value added when you can allow students to get involved, volunteer with certain things, and especially coming from Cold Lake, there's not really much for media opportunities up here for younger students in the Lakeland area, because in the city, which I came to learn when I went to NAIT, is there's a lot of street team opportunities, a lot of summer jobs in radio and TV for younger students in the broadcasting industry. But here in Cold Lake, there's not really those kind of chances. Take it from somebody who knows, until somebody creates that chance for you. And again, I owe a lot of my success over the years here in broadcasting, a lot of the success on Dolynny TV, to Cold Lake High School, Jared Nickel, and the city of Cold Lake for allowing me the opportunities they did at 16, 15, 17 years old to come in here and just absolutely kind of take ownership of the entire Imperial Place media side of things for 2 years of my life before heading off to college and handing it over to the crew that has now been running it for several years here in Cold Lake. But again, I guess a little tale as we were just killing time before the players hit the ice here in Cold Lake for the second period between the Jaguars and Blades is just the fact of Dolynny TV. I'm talking about Jared Nickel and the Cold Lake High School crew that's allowed us to have camera folks this tournament, is the fact of Dolynny TV started off as Yak City Gaming, which started off as a just crazy little idea I had way back in the day, editing videos for the Cold Lake Ice in Jared Nickel's Media Lab in Cold Lake at Cold Lake High School. So it's phenomenal to see it kind of come full circle, and now years later, as it's built up to be what it is, and here I am broadcasting U18 Female B Provincials, I get to have some kids from Cold Lake High School come and be a part of my thing I started way back in the day at Cold Lake High School. So a little proud alumni moment here as the nets are getting set out, and I think that means we're just about ready to get back to hockey. I can quit being an old timer and telling stories. You'd swear some of the times I feel about telling stories, I'm in my 70s. Here I am, mid-20s, and getting romantic about things that happened 10 years ago. Folks, the Blades are back on the ice, just waiting for the Jaguars to head out of the tunnel. I'm sure they're down there just waiting to go, getting the signal from the coach, and away they'll be on the ice. But we got a heck of a hockey game here, and we're almost to that halfway point of the day. Another 10 minutes off the scoreboard here in the second period, and we'll be officially at the halfway point of our day here in Cold Lake on day number 2 for the U18 Female B Hockey Alberta Provincial Championships for 2022. All right. Let's carry this through. I don't know why I had to do all that talking in the first period. That's kind of silly in retrospect because, like I said this morning, I need to rest my voice, but here I am just talking away. I guess you don't get to be a play-by-play commentator without being good at that, I guess. To laugh at myself and at least justify it, you don't get to be good at what you do. All right, I think I'm well hydrated. Oh, we got a horn and everything. Okay, that's what we're waiting for. We're waiting to fire up the horn here in rink number 2 in Cold Lake. Okay. Hey, guy walks away for 4 years and kind of forgets some stuff here. Jaguars hit the ice and we're ready to go for the second period of action here in rink number 2 in the Cold Lake Energy Center. And again, I keep hearing all these fantastic things about all these additions to the Cold Lake Energy Center over the 4 years that I've been gone. The building looks phenomenal. For a guy that way back when they first announced they were officially going to build this thing, didn't believe much in it, sure come a long way, and my goodness, it sure shaped a lot of my life the past 10, 15 years. Bateman down in the face-off draw against Regan. Regan wins it back, and we're back underway here in Cold Lake for the second period between the Jaguars and the Blades. It's Beaverlodge trailing 3-1 as we enter the second period. The Jaguars, quick strike offense in that first period. I think officially that's the most goals we've seen in the first period. But here's Regan looking to change that for Beaverlodge. In on goal, shot denied. Pinch holds the line and just slides into the net enough to keep that puck out in front of her. And that'll be a huge save from Ava Pinch to open up the first 24 seconds of action here in Cold Lake for period number 2. Now we've got ourselves a face-off to the left of Pinch in the defensive Jaguar zone. This one cuts across the crease and it'll go wide of the net and to the half wall. Faith Donovan, one of the goal scorers so far in this game for the Jaguars, pushes it forward and it'll go deep into the Blades zone. This one moved ahead. Now Regan looking to bust out. Can't on the pass from whoever that was. I've kind of got some folks now. Everybody's kind of crowded in here, so there's a couple of more angles I can't see from, but we'll manage. The camera should be able to tell you what's up. Don't exactly, because it's on video, have to tell you everything going on, which is my saving grace this weekend, let me tell you. And again, for the third time this shift, Regan's going for a skate down to the east side of the rink into the Jaguar zone. The face-off comes back on the icing call against the Blades. It'll be a chance for Hannah Hall to take a face-off to the right of Shay Line, who's still been strong in this one despite the 3 goals. I've been thoroughly impressed with her all tournament long, and again this game she's come up with some huge saves when her team needs them to stay in this one down by 2. Another icing call against the Blades will reset us with 18:50 to go in this second period. The face-off to the right of the line yet again after the icing call. Hall will line up for a second time. The captain of the Jaguars sees it go around after the face-off loss to the far side boards, met there by the defense of the Jaguars, kept in briefly, and that is going to be held the line. Krawchuk skating, looking for it, trying to make sure if she needs to get back or push forward. In the event it comes to the near side, and well, that will be an offside against the Beaverlodge Blades. I believe that's Madison House just jumping the line a few seconds too soon. Folks, I'd like to welcome you in as you join along for this live stream here in Cold Lake. I'm Tyson Dolynny. I've got the call for you this afternoon of this game. I'll have another game later this afternoon here on Rink 2, and then that will do it for day number 2 here in Cold Lake. And then we'll really know what it's going to look like tomorrow morning here in Rink 2 for the semifinal. Winner of the semifinal tomorrow morning at 9:15 goes through to the gold medal game at 3 o'clock in Imperial Oil Place, where I'll finally get a set foot in there for the first time this tournament. Back the other way, it's a 3-on-1 for the Blades. They fire the shot right away. Mariah Desjardins comes in just ripping the shot. Saved by Ava Pinch, allows the Jags to come back the other way, and it's Nuttall coming back into the zone. She'll see it go down off of a stick, and it'll come back into neutral territory. It's Mariah Desjardins once again carrying it forward for the Blades. She'll fire it off the blocker of Ava Pinch, who just calmly, coolly skates over to the other side of the net and resets for the next opportunity. This one's going to go down the ice, and now Donovan's going to see it go right there and see if she can push it forward. She'll skate in and tuck it home. What an effort by Faith Donovan to finish that one off. Around the defender, below the goal line, back out in front, tucks it backhand past Shea Line. And that, my friends, is a 4-1 lead for the Lakeland Jaguars. That was an incredible effort. Second time, actually, we've seen that already this morning from Faith Donovan, because I believe it was already, it was still this morning when Faith Donovan scored that first goal of the game. So we're back to action after the face-off at center ice, and the Jaguars looking to pounce yet again. This one goes off a body in front, and now it'll be picked up by Haley Rodrigue. Haley Rodrigue turned back at the blue line by the Jaguars, and it'll be turned over in the neutral zone to the Jaguars, who will play it off the boards, and it'll go back to Rodrigue in her own zone. She'll fire it ahead, and it'll go to Isabel Corey at the Jaguars blue line, who collects for the Jags and fires it up off an official, and it'll be played there by Abby Metchwitz. Metchwitz will get it across to Hannah Hall, who will go up and see it stolen by, again, I've been saying Regan all this time, Taryn Regan. I was blanking on her first name, but now the puck, as it bobbles around the neutral zone, gives me some time to collect my thoughts and make sure I'm getting it right. Alyssa Horseman now fires the shot just wide, but it'll work as an effective dump into the corner. Regan almost came up with it, but the line will be held by the Blades and actually get a shot on net on Ava Pinch, and that'll go all the way down in behind the net now after it deflecting off a Pinch on the save. This one, an offside pending. It'll be no longer as Hannah Hall carries it forward, and that'll be deflected off of the stick and turned down the ice by the Blades. Giving chase is Ella Dole. She'll get the icing call. 16:03 to go in this second period. I'm going to take a second to just sit down. I didn't do that enough yesterday, and I think I need to do that a little more today, as it's interesting enough, that's for sure. All right, here we go. Face off to the left of Shea Line. One forward, Nuttall is going to fire the shot, and that will be, I'm not sure if that's Nuttall or Loden, who ended up chipping that one in last second. But somebody hit the ice. It's Nuttall who hit the ice, and I think she's going to get the credit from the team for the goal. But that was a heck of an effort in front by both players to just find that puck, right? Nuttall took it to the net, got line moving around, got the first save, rebound came out and was sitting in the crease. But it's Sierra Nuttall who just goes in and capitalizes on the puck sitting there. We'll give the credit to her for doing all the work, and potentially Loden involved as well for the Jaguars. And now 5-1 lead for the Jaguars here early in this second period. And now back into the offensive zone almost immediately are the Jaguars. That one tipped off and now played out by the Blades. Fired into the blue line, and it'll be down there and met by Zoe Edwards, who's going to load up the shot and just kind of play it to nobody. And I think that's got a step. They're going to call it icing though, because that is, I guess, the rules as we're playing. So Mariah Desjardins, looking at the wrong scorecard, was chasing after it and turns around back into her own zone to come up with a face-off here. Chipped it out, and now the Jaguars regroup in their own zone, or in the neutral zone, sorry. Isabel Collery looking to get it into the offensive zone. Berard plays it there. Corey deflects it through, and now it's onto the stick of Emmeline McGlattery. She's going to fire the shot, saved by Pinch. That's called tucking it into the hip pocket, like I mentioned earlier last stream. Just a glove save, sit it right there, and get the freeze. 15:03 to go in this second period, my friends. A 5-1 lead for the Lakeland Jaguars. An offensive explosion in front of a packed home crowd. Shot comes down and saved by Ava Pinch. And I mean, quite honestly, I think these bleachers here in Cold Lake, the standing room over there is a little less. There's the lounge, which is pretty full as well for this one. There's a lot of folks in the building for this Jaguars game here at 12:40 in the afternoon on a Saturday in Cold Lake. The face-off, one ahead by the Jaguars. They're going to push, and Faith Donovan is going the length of the ice all out to get this puck for the Jags. This one tipped up there. It's going to be played by Bateman now, controlled in front. Berard gets the shot off, gets deflected, and just overskating it a little bit is Dole, but she'll recover at center and carry it back in for the Jaguars. Fired in around behind Shea line, and Name will play it there. Into the middle of the ice. Hannah Hall comes chasing after it. Name fires it down onto the net, and it looks like we got a little pushing and shoving between Emmeline McGladdery and Hannah Hall as they will line up for the face-off. So interesting to see here. Oh no, McGladdery will go off for the face-off, but Hall mixing it up a little bit after that whistle. Trying to throw a key player for the Blades off their game. And the face-off won by the Jags. As Regan will tie up Hall. And they'll just kind of bobble around the zone before Corey lifts a backhand down deep. Puck played off the end boards and up to the half wall far side where the Jags and Blades tie it up. Kept in by Desjardins. And it'll be chipped on down where Haley Rodrigue will come up with the puck to get it over to the half wall again and tied up yet again on that half wall it is. The puck goes in behind the net now, where it'll be chipped over by Amber Marth. Finally, somebody's on that half wall open to get it out, and they do, as that's Kira Ehrenberg for the Beaverlodge Blades. This one fired down, and that is not going to have the draw weight to avoid icing. The ref's arm went up, and you knew immediately if he's that confident that's going to be icing you know where it's going. 13:32 to go, the face-off to the left of Pinch. All right, here we go. Let's go get ourselves a hockey game finished up here. 13:32 to go, a 5-1 lead for the Jaguars. Dole will play it ahead, and that will be there for Hannah Thorne, who's going to rip it ahead into the neutral zone, looking for Loden. Loden can't come up with the puck, so Krawchuk will go retreat into her own zone and play it around. Time now, 12:42 on the clock. I'm just kind of worried about lunch here, but hey, hunger pains, they're real, but that's okay. Krawchuk will recover in her own zone. Just looking forward to hopefully grabbing something more than half a team today, as this one looking to get out of the zone. It's kind of just bobbling at the blue line there. The Blades will get it down deep. Nothing really of substance happening here as I'm talking about lunch. Something you don't know if you haven't watched Dolynny TV enough. I don't spend any time not talking about food, it seems. Loden will leave it there for Nuttall, who fires the shot just wide on the zone entry. That was a good looking chance. Larson keeps it in at the blue line for the Jags. They're going to continue the offensive attack here as the referee just narrowly escapes 5 players colliding with him in the corner. And it'll go into the back of the zone, and now out Emmeline McGladdery, no worse for wear after that mix up with Hannah Hall, carrying it in heavy into the zone. Shot fired, rip of a glove save by Ava Pinch. That one was flash and gone in an instant. Like, that glove caught it up, and then right there you just saw that. Linesman almost biffed it going through the blue paint. 12:17 to go here in the second period. 5-1 the score for the Jaguars as we get set to officially hit the halfway mark of this day 2 here on rink number 2. The shot fired there by Desjardins goes wide of the net. Pinch sees it go on by a second time, this time behind her. Another shot forced towards the net by the Blades goes nowhere, and now kept in one more time. McGladdery's got an opportunity here. She's going to rip a shot. Pad save, rebound, goes just wide for the Blades. That there was Darian Weiss firing the rebound on net, couldn't get it going, and now the Jaguars back out of the zone. Bateman's going to carry it in, and into the offensive attacking zone are the Jaguars. That's fired in front of the net. Isabel Corey is going to load up the shot from the point, fire it off a leg in front. Rebound to the side of the net. Shayline not to be beat there with the paddle down, the pad stacked, and away you go with a freeze. 11:32 to go in the second period. I guess I should flip back over to YouTube, make sure you guys are all good over there. And here we are. So I've got the update officially here in the chat from Sean Metchowith. He's updating us here. Loden from Sierra Nuttall officially in that one as that's taken out. And down the ice, the Blades are going to go. Save again, Ava Pinch. And I have been impressed. I have been impressed all weekend by the goaltenders and how they've handled themselves in this tournament. And Ava Pinch, I must say, just kind of first impressions watching a period and a half of her in net. She makes that glove save look easy. Like there's a little bit of confidence and swagger in the way she handles her glove hand. And I am here for the goaltenders just kind of making all kinds of good plays this weekend. Like it's pretty exciting to watch the goalies and just the way they've performed all weekend long, and now seeing the Jaguars for the first time in Rink 2, it's been a good time. This puck goes to the side wall. It's Regan taking out a player but pushing it on forward, and now pushing along with Krawcheck. She'll fall down, player falls down on front of her. And now the Jaguars will get it out and name back the other way. She'll get it across the blue line and now directed onto line. And that'll be that. As Abby Metchowith comes in looking for anything rest of it. All right. Face off to the left of the line. It's going to be Katie Antonio out to take it for the Blades against Hannah Hall of the Jaguars. Face-off ends up a result down the ice. Ava Pinch way out of her crease to play that puck. And that's only the second time I've seen a goaltender leave the crease to play a puck like that. And that's the first time I've seen it during live play. I mean, I think last game it was McKinney, or was it? No, it would have been, oh my goodness. Memory escapes. Anyway, we'll come back to that point later if it happens again. The Blades find themselves behind the net, and they're finding themselves out of the zone now after that pass gets off a good tape and into the neutral. Larson battling there for the Jags, just trying to get it out to somebody who's open. And that one will be touched up, so down the ice it goes, no icing. Thorne giving chase, can't come up with the puck. Down, and Desjardins will play it there for the Blades, and it'll be out to Loden, who chips it ahead. And down to, where's that one going? I can't exactly see it. Emma-Lane McGlattery, however, comes up with it, fires it off a body on defense. That's Isabella Corey biting that one up high. And it'll be back to Thorne, who just sees that one go past her at the point. And now back in behind their net, find the Jaguars. This one, a clear tape-to-tape pass. And with 9:30 to go, that was a beautiful pass to get that puck out of the zone, and the Jaguars briefly have it in their zone, clear it out again. This one goes back in onto the tape of Desjardins, who will play it out for the Jaguars all the way into the Blades zone, and that's an offside. They tag up and get back on side, does Thorne, and that will be a face-off right there, and looks like a player is shaken up. Hannah McGlattery fell down hard on that one. And I think that was just a little bit more of a scary collision with the boards for her. Kind of didn't realize what was going on when the stick got caught in the legs. And to the box, a Jaguar goes. We've got 9:07 to go in this second period. 5-1 the score here in rink number 2 at the Cold Lake Energy Center. The face-off lined up Desjardins and Bateman. And it's going to be one back to the point where Haley Rodriguez finds it. She's going to fire a low seeking shot. Goes wide of the net. And it'll come out of the zone. Still looking dangerous all game. I just think I'm anticipating something here from Rodriguez more so because of how dangerous she's looked. But how about Faith Donovan? Just as dangerous, if not more, with a couple of goals tonight already. 8:40 to go in this first period. A minute 30 to go in the penalty to the Jaguars. Puck comes up and into the bench, and the face-off will come down a little bit down the ice. Hannah Hall will line up for the face-off against Taryn Regan. And the face-off will be tied up. Emmeline McGladdery will come out with the puck briefly before Leanne Larson fires it back into the neutral zone. It'll be back into Jaguars territory as it's picked up by McGladdery, who will find the puck on the near side of half wall. I can't find anything there, but Ava Pinch sees it come off her. A deflection in front, and it comes right out of the zone after the forced point shot from Amber Marsh. We've got 8:04 to go in this first period. Now the power play setting up into the zone. It was Regan over to Rodrigue. Rodrigue collects it after the play by Moritz. Shot fired, and that is a goal from Emmeline McGladdery. A great pass from Taryn Regan to get it over to her and finishes it backdoor on Ava Pinch. And it's a 5-2 hockey game. That one, my friends, is a huge one for the Beaverlodge Blades to cut the lead to 3. And now all of a sudden the worst goal lead in hockey is on the board. And I really hope I didn't just curse it for the Jaguars. I did not mean to be that guy. It's just natural to say, especially as an Oilers fan, right? Ooh, we're up 3. That doesn't look good. Anyway, I'll stop talking about that now. I'll stop talking about that, and we'll watch Taryn Regan go in against Hannah Hall, and she'll come up with the puck, and now it's back at the point. Shot blocked in front by Hannah Hall, and now turned around by Name. Emma Name will carry it around. So Haley Rodrigue does indeed get a point in this one. The assist on the goal, and now a shot directed there by Abby Metchwis goes just wide. Looking for that one in front to get the goal back. Now Sierra Nuttall behind the net will carry it around. She'll play this puck here, and just some nifty footwork to keep the Blades off her. And now it'll go around the boards, and that'll allow Emma Name to come up with the puck and carry it out from the corner, get it available to Nuttall, who couldn't come up with it in the slot. And instead now Nuttall will come up with it in the high slot and play it down. The Blades content just to draw weight this on to Pinch. A perfectly placed clear onto the goaltender for the Jaguars, and now they'll regroup in behind their net. 5-2 the score now here in Cold Lake as we find ourselves dying in through the second period here with 6:30 to go. Two Blades fall down, and a nice poke there by Loden will free her up to go for a little bit of a skate. Hauled down is Loden. A lot of fans kind of get up in the stands here and throwing up penalty calls in the signals, but not to be had for the Jaguars, as now Leanne Larson back chasing it in her own zone. Will play it behind her own net, just chip it off the boards, chip and into the corner she goes to get that puck up and out. And that will be effective as the Jaguars will go across, and here's a little developing chance for Thorne. Thorne in on net, drives it, chance, shoots, scores, Bateman. What an opportunity, what a drive by Hannah Thorne to leave it on the doorstep for Juliana Bateman, who collects herself and puts it home. A 6-2 lead for the Lakeland Jaguars. There have been some great, straight to the point attacks on net by the Jaguars this game. Drive the puck to the net, and good things happen. Right, Mikey V? If you're listening, you know what I'm talking about. Drive it to the net, crash the net, score the goal, you'd get her going. So here we go. Face off. We're just waiting to figure out who's going to center this line. Looks like Emmeline McGladdery is getting some instruction from the bench for the Blades. And with this delay, I'm not really going to try and figure out what's going on. I'm just going to try and sit down and take a drink. And then as soon as I do that, of course, you know, they draw in and get going. So here we go. Puck back into the Jaguar zone now. Shot fired across. And Juliana Bateman back out there will look for another one on this shift if she can. Shot fired across. Faith Donovan now chasing it into the corner. And Let me tell you, there's a lot of gentlemen in the stands wearing hats tonight. I'd love to see Faith Donovan go and jam one home like she's trying to do right there and get the hat trick and get the hats flying. You want to talk about one of my favorite calls recently, calling that Leon Draisaitl hat trick goal in Calgary the other week. Last Saturday, yeah, I'd love to see that live. Hats raining down, especially for the home crowd. Not trying to be biased here. Beaverlodge, you guys know where I stand after 2 games with you already, but just one of those things of special moments made for special things, right? As it'll be Desjardins poking it ahead, battling on the chase into the zone. Now one will go back behind the net. Emmeline McGladdery comes up with the puck briefly, but now it's bobbled, and here comes somebody. How about Abby Metchwis chasing that puck into the zone? Couldn't get it, and now the Blades carrying it back the other way. Haley Rodrigue getting full flight, can't get the puck going, and now we're back into that half wall. I can't quite see, but it's Haley Rodrigue firing the shot off a body in front and not getting the puck on net, but that's okay, as we'll see the Jags regroup and get it going back the other way. Hannah Hall, she'll carry it across the line, looking to wheel into the slot, fires the shot, it deflects. I mean, that puck took a nasty hop on Shea Line, but she calmly, collectively, just in the butterfly, eats it up. 4:19 to go in a 6-2 hockey game for the Lakeland Jaguars. Now it's the Nuttall line back out there for the Jaguars. They've been effective all game. Shot deflects again. Double doink off of 2 Blades in front, and they couldn't bite a deflection, could the Jaguars. And so it goes into the corner where it's cleared. Now Krawchuk will leave it into the far side corner, now behind the net for the Blades, where they're just going to try and get out of the zone. They're looking at it, skating it forward, and they're going to get it down the ice. That's going to be held in by Krawchuk, who will fire it in back into Blades territory. The Blades play it, and that was a pass there by Zoe Edwards that just didn't get through. The Blades, however, not punished for it, as they'll lead the attack out 3-on-2 back the other way. 3:39 to go in this second period. That one chipped there, and Thorne has no clue where it is. Marsh has no clue where it is. How about somebody skates with it, and it's going to be back the other way. Loden shot fired, line the save, up to the task to make a glove save and hold on to it. 3:24 to go in the second period. Juliana Bateman will take the face off against Hannah McGladdery. That one goes off the side. Now Faith Donovan back out there. We're back on hat trick watch here. I'm sure somebody else probably got 2 goals if I was really paying attention, but unfortunately I still don't have a book or anything to write things down. There's a penalty coming. And it'll be a charging call here to Madison House. So the face-off won back by the Jaguars on the ensuing face-off. A nice kick of the pad by Line to keep that puck out. And now there's a battle in front of the net. Both players kind of going at it, trying to move it out. And Faith Donovan gets shoved down. No call coming up there. 2:52 to go as the Blades have it in front of the net. Shot fired there by Desjardins. Can't get it through, and this one will go to the point, where it's going to be McGladdery firing the shot right off the dome of Ava Pinch. The helmet save, the all too rare helmet save. And back the other way comes Faith Donovan wheeling across, and she's got one player to beat. Berard's got the shot. Line the save, sinking into her net. Doesn't cross the line, however. 2:25 to go in this second period, and a minute 15 to go in the Beaverlodge power play. Lakeland Jaguars power play. I looked at the scoreboard funny again because of the jerseys. It'll happen in the third period at a critical time, don't you worry. This one goes back. It's Haley Rodrigue winning the face-off for the Blades, and now this one back the other way, and it looks like jammed up a little bit on the boards was Darian Weiss, kind of wincing in pain with her arm in the air a little bit tenderly, looking to just defend this one and stick out there. Still arm up in the air. That one hits Rodrigue in the midsection, and it goes into the boards where it'll be chipped ahead. And somebody's going to look to come up with it. It's Krawchuk behind the Blades net. Shot fired towards the net, and Line makes the save as Rodrigue comes through to clear out the crease. 6-2 with $1:50 to go here in the second period. 40 seconds left in the power play for the Jags. Here we go. Face off for Hannah Hall. She'll look to load this one up back to the point. 3 Jaguars converge, and it's going to be won by Emma Name, who will just fire it off a body and collect it instead by Hannah Hall. Hall's going to direct this one in the middle. Leanne Larson finds it at the blue line. She's going to find it down and fire it to Hannah Hall off a deflection, who goes back around behind the Blades net. Has Metchwis out in front. Couldn't get the shot off cleanly anyway, and Name will fire it down into the slot once again, and Metchwis battling there with Haley Rodrigue to try and keep that puck in. The Jaguars do. It goes right through the blue paint and around to the far side corner where Hall ties up with a Blades player, and Larson will find it at the point, keep it in. Penalty is now over, and skating, well, probably skating right off the bench is Madison House. So now we're into the last minute of play in the second period as Sierra Nettle swings it around the zone and just continues to skate, just out there taking a skate now, loading up, looking for a pass, can't find an option as the Blades kind of cramping up the zone. Now the pass comes right to the middle as Loden can't come up with it in the slot. 39 seconds to go in this second period. The puck in that near side corner, Loden down low. Will play it to Thorne, who sees it go up off her stick and over to a Blade, but now kept in by Sydney Desjardins, who sees it go all the way down on the backhand to Shea Line. 24.9 seconds to go. I could use a sit down, let me tell you, and I am definitely not going to talk as much in the second period intermission as I did during the first period, because that was just silly. All right. Face off, one back by the Jaguars. They're playing it around and they're looking for an opportunity here as this one shot right on net, and Line will pick up the puck off a hop off the side of the net, and we'll do it all over again to the right of Line with 16.7 seconds to go in the second period. The lounge is open all day here at the the Cold Lake Energy Center, run by the Cold Lake Junior Bees. So if you want to come on down and enjoy, a beverage and watch some hockey here at the 5 o'clock games, why not? Come on down, enjoy, support the Junior Bees, support the fine ladies putting on this Jaguars and Beaverlodge Blades to go here in Cold Lake on rink number 2 at the Cold Lake Energy Center. Uh-oh.
Shots on goal, and for the Jaguars, 12.
All right. Sorry, we just cut out there, but ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to throw you on the sponsors for right now. I'd like to thank our sponsors. I don't think I've directly done that. A Hockey Alberta tournament, especially a Provincials, is nothing without its generous sponsors from the local communities that make up the tournament. And of course, this year, Cold Lake, everything that's gone on in the past little bit here. You just never know what the rules were going to be. You never know. And of course, you never know where the support's going to come from in times like these. But it looks like, and it appears to me, that the community has once again stepped up, and the surrounding area has once again stepped up to support their local athletes here in the Lakeland region. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Tyson Dolynny. We'll have your call for the third period coming up here shortly once the Zamboni gets off the ice. But for now, I'll step aside, go grab some water, and we'll get back to it here in the third period in just a matter of moments. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're just about back underway here for period number 3 in Cold Lake. On rink number 2, the Lakeland Jaguars and the Beaverlodge Blades getting set for the final frame of this one. A 6-2 lead for the Lakeland Jaguars as we currently sit. And of course, you know, the Blades would like to change that going into the third period. The Lakeland Jaguars would probably love to get the goal differential up a little bit here as we head into, I think this is their final game of the tournament. I think it's the Blades' final game of the tournament. So when you're finishing up game 2 of the day as opposed to game 3, you're kind of left in that middle land that you can't fully control your fate unless you've kind of clean swept everything. And even then, if somebody else clean sweeps, there's the goal differential situation that involves. So it's one of those things of the best thing you can do in the midday game of the tournament on a Saturday in a 3-game round robin, if it's your final game, is just go out there and just kind of not necessarily run up the score. That's not what I'm asking the Jaguars to do, but necessarily even on the Beaverlodge side is just score as many goals as possible. And for Beaverlodge, if you lose, you want to go out there and try and make sure you lose by as little as possible. Obviously, the goal is, with 20 minutes remaining and anything possible to happen at Provincials, for both teams to go out there and try to win this hockey game. And for Lakeland Jaguars, you just want to go out there and do exactly what you've done. Score a goal every couple of minutes, right? 1 every 7 so far is what they've about paced this game. So go out there, score a goal every couple of minutes, and try and just continue adding to that lead to kind of more so, because it is your final game of the day on Saturday, go out and control your own destiny is kind of what I'd shape up. That's, at least from a guy that's been through the Junior B rigors a couple of times at Provincials, that seems to be the most trustworthy scenario you can control right now heading into this third period if you're both teams. Now, I mean, I'm all here for like a 9-7 final, though. I would not mind that at all. A little bit of mass chaos in the third period over on the secondary rink. Let's go. Anyway, the referees are on the ice, so they will go for a skate and then put out the nets, and then we will go for real here in just a few short moments as we'll get this hockey game back underway here on rink number 2 high atop Cold Lake Energy Center. So we're still kind of on a couple of hat trick watches. So that's important as well, as you got to remember that there's a lot of memories to be made here, and specifically, like, the only one point note to me is Faith Donovan with 2 goals already, a potential to go out there and grab the hat trick in front of the home crowd. That's not a bad situation to be in to make a memory. Let me tell you that much from everything I understand about hockey, having never played a stitch in my life. Oh, wait, I haven't mentioned that this weekend? Yeah, that's that's where I'm coming from. Anyway, let's get this going, shall we? You know what? The referees at center ice just waiting for the teams to get out there now. Looks like we got one team on the ice. Yes, we do. Shea Line and the Beaverlodge Blades back out there. So let's get this rolling. We'll hear the horn in moments, I am sure. And then that'll mean the Jaguars are back out. Or were they waiting for the music to come on? That potentially might be it. As the song comes on the speakers and out of the tunnel comes Ava Pinch onto the ice, out of the gate, followed by Abby Metrowitz, who will look to more than likely start this period after spending some extended time out on a previous power play. And now we find ourselves lining up for a third period that is sure to thrill down the stretch here for the home fans. Never a bad time when you got a little bit of AC/DC welcoming into the ice as we get set for a third period of play here in Cold Lake. Again, if you're just joining us here on the live stream, I'm Tyson Dolynny. I've got the call all weekend here on Dolynny TV, although let me tell you, the calls are running short. I got 2 games left, quite literally. This afternoon's game at 3 o'clock, and then tomorrow morning's semifinal here on Rink 2 at 9:15. That's it. That's all. And then we got a championship gold medal game on Sunday, and we're done. Literally. 3 games between 2 rings remain the rest of the way home here at the U18 Female B Provincials. But before that, we got one more period of hockey. We're off and running in the third here between the Jaguars and the Blades. The Blades looking to start out hot. That pass is blocked, and now comes Abby Metrowitz charging after it against Amber Marth. Marth will see that one get out of the zone, and now they are going to put the arm up for icing. I was wondering what that arm up was up for, but I guess icing call it is, and never coming because that puck died quite a bit before even the face-off dots. It's now back in the Blade zone. This one, turn around, Name just kind of content going off for a shift change to spin that puck to the far side boards and force the Blades to go chase after it for an extra few seconds than they might otherwise like to. This puck now on that near side corner inside the Jaguars zone. It'll come up to the blue line where Hannah Thorne will chip it out to center, and away goes Loden. Dacia Loden throws it in deep and now played around the boards. You've got the Jaguars trying to keep that puck in. They will see themselves offside, or else somebody was looking to touch that puck up after the flip in from the blue liner for the Jags. Puck's now in the Blade zone. They're sitting there waiting for it to find its way around to somebody. Sierra Nuttall's got it in her skates. Now a shot coming in from Nuttall. Stopped there by a couple of sticks. I think maybe even a Jaguar stick in front. And now Mariah Desjardins will carry it for a brief second before it's Emmeline McGladdery chipping at that puck. And it'll allow Hannah Thorne once again to come up with it in the offensive zone. Loden there firing it off the boards and fired around, rimmed around the boards by the Blades. They're looking to get out of the zone now after a couple of clearing attempts have gone awry. This one back to the point where Krawchuk meets it there for the Jags. That bounces off, and now Thorne across to Bateman. Bateman sees it go off at Thorne and back behind the net, and no opportunity there to cash one for the Jaguars. Like I said, right now I think this, just in my opinion, would look like a goal differential game for both sides, but at the same rate, you got 17:35 to go on the clock, and when you want to have a never say die attitude, things can happen. And that's kind of been the attitude over here on rink number 2 all weekend long. So I'm expecting some kind of push coming here in this third period from the Beaverlodge Blades. Right now the Jaguars, though, trying to keep them hemmed in the zone. And that icing will do just that for the time being. They win the face-off, however, do the Blades, and they're going to try and work out. Two Blades collide. That's going to do an effective job of keeping the puck in for the Jaguars. This one goes up sky high. Faith Donovan's side of the net trying to bat it down. It's now down loose in by the face-off dot. Larson plays it down deep into the slot. The Blades come up with it, and they will clear it last. The puck played back there, and that's going to be moved ahead by Kiana Ehrenberg, who will fire the shot. Save made by Pinch. It goes right through her, and it goes to the corner safely, and that'll allow the Jaguars, Berard, to get it out of the zone, and now skated a bit. 3 Blades back. Faith Donovan to her wing for the Jags, trying to skate through the defender. Can't get the job done, and now it's back onto a Blade stick and up and out of the zone. Haley Rodriguez loading up. Couldn't get the puck to settle, and now instead it's Ehrenberg back with the puck. She gets tied up in the neutral zone, and we've got 16:32 to play as the Jaguars regroup at their own blue line. A pass straight across blue line to blue line. Opposing team to opposing team. This one now moved up back to the Jaguars blue line. This one fired in. It's off the skates of Dole. She'll play it into the corner back behind her goalkeeper Pinch. And this one will be directed up and out of the zone, and giving chase after it is Faith Collins. Collins with it in her own zone. She'll fire it up to Katie Antonio, who sees it come to her at the blue line, but it's kept in by Hannah Hall briefly. That one, a turnover there, will allow Emma Name to fire it right onto Shay Line, who will make absolutely no mistake in freezing that puck and hold on for a whistle. We've got 15:56 to go in a 6-2 hockey game for the Lakeland Jaguars. The Jaguars come over here for the first time all tournament long and score the most goals I've seen one team score on this rink so far. And that is exactly, I think, what they wanted to do in front of the home crowd this weekend, is give them a lot to cheer about, that's for sure. And so far, so good in this one with just over 3/4 of the third period to go. The keep in at the point by the Jaguars holds the zone for about an extra 5 seconds before now it's cleared by Hannah McGladdery, who gets it back to Sierra Nuttall. Nuttall goes across the ice, and that'll load up Ella Dole, who will carry it in. And she'll carry it in really deep and get it across through a couple of Blades, through the crease, and that'll allow the Blades to clear the puck. They'll fire it down the ice. And giving chase now is Dole. This one moved ahead. Desjardins will see that left there for McGladdery. And this one instead goes right up to Faith Donovan, who's loading up. You know, she likes to drive wide. She's done it twice this game. Instead has to pass it off through 4 defenders, and that's going to be kept in again at the line, just barely by the Jaguars. And they will do it again. Oh, nope, never mind. That one will go off the skates of Darian Weiss and down the ice all the way to Ava Pinch, who will cover that puck up and hold on for the whistle. Whew. Okay, we're in this. We're really legitimately in this. 14:38 to go in the third period. This one played back to the point. Dished around by Haley Rodrigue around the boards. Darian Weiss will meet it there and allow the Blades to fire a shot. Pinch not solved on that one. And that'll be back. Oh, that just missed the stick of McGladdery. That could have been a dangerous rip from the high slot. Perfect spot to shoot from if you're looking to get back in this one down by 3. It remains 6-2, however, and the Blades find themselves in their own zone. A nice steal briefly by Hannah Hall, and now that'll allow Mariah Desjardins to bust in. She's got the break. She's in on goal, and that one, I am not sure how that stayed out. It goes off of Ava Pinch off her pads or something, goes 5-hole and I think hits the post or something there. That one had some kind of extra bounce to it that kept it out of the net. 13:45 to go in this third period. The best scoring chance so far this third period for the Blades. The Blades see themselves turning this puck around. Emmeline McGladdery now flips it off the boards and up and out. Leanne Larson regroups in her own zone. She's going to play it safely to Emma Name. Name will see this one kind of turn around by the official. Offside whistled up against the Blades, so hold on. They're going to regroup. Will the Jaguars in their own zone, as they knew the zone entry was not coming quite yet from the Blades. They will chip it into Blades territory. 13:07, go for a line change, will the defense. That'll allow Krawchuk to get out there for the Jaguars. She'll get right into the action, right along in front of her own bench. 12:58 to go in this third period. This one, turn around, Loden will try and tag that one up, and skating right through is Hannah McGladdery regardless. Ava Pinch sees that one go weird off the boards and almost off her skate and in, and then it's frozen on the back half of the net. Wow, all right. Getting some bounces now are the Blades, and they're looking to push this one home. By the way, if you haven't already and not gone and checked out Cold Lake Ice TV, I welcome you to do that, especially you Beaverlodge Blades fans. That's where your final game of the weekend will be. The gold medal final will be over on Cold Lake Ice TV. They are currently seeing a pretty good game happen between the Fairview Falcons and the Leduc Roughnecks, but it's loading now for the Jaguars, loading up, firing off to Nuttall, who goes to wind up the shot, gets blocked last second and knocked down. Krawchuk will pick up the puck at center ice. This one flipped ahead, and now that's going to be moved over, and Katie Antonio will carry it up for the Blades before peeling off for a line change, and that'll allow Krawchuk to regroup. Nope, miss it. Just skated on by and missed the puck, unfortunately, for the Jaguars, who now are having to chase this one around a little bit in their own zone, battling there against Madison House of the Beaverlodge Blades. Hold on a second. Got a little air bubble somewhere in the voice, and just trying to work that one out as quickly as possible to get back to this one. Everything's not pretty when you're live, and 11:38 to go. Looks like we're going to have a whistle with 2 players freezing up the puck along the boards. That's the second time that air bubble in the voice has kind of come back to haunt me so far this tournament. Yesterday's moment was pretty funny. I just kind of all of a sudden up and died for a minute there. I didn't know what was hitting me, and then I'm like, oh, that's right, I'm talking too much. So here we find Faith Donovan carrying it in after the face-off win. He's going to fire it across. Shot incoming, bounces off the end boards on a deflection. Donovan side of the net looking for that goal. And it's going to be Berard playing it around back. Berard now stepping out in the middle. And played back into the zone. That is going to be whistled on the offside. So we find ourselves 11-10 to go in this third period. The Jaguars up 6-2. And looking to close this one out. Bateman's line out there now, still for the Jaguars. Donovan pushes that one forward off the face-off. It'll go across to Zoe Edwards, who gets tangled up. This one goes off a Shea line stick back behind the net, and it'll be wrapped up to Mariah Desjardins, who will battle off Sydney Desjardins and get the puck down the ice. Now recollecting in their zone, actually in the offensive zone, are the Blades, and it's going to be a shot fired by Mariah Desjardins off the stick of Faith Donovan. Back on defense are the Jaguars looking to come up with this puck. It'll be fired around, rimmed hard, not out, kept in by Zoe Edwards. And it's just kind of now a waiting game as the Blades are kind of taking advantage of a more tired Jaguars squad on the ice right now. As Hannah Hall jumps over the board, she's got some fresh legs and she's going for a little bit of a skate, chipping it down off the boards off of Hannah McGladdery. Ties up in that visitor bench kind of area, and now Emmeline McGladdery will come up with it for the Beaverlodge Blades. Turned around, and Emma Name still has the puck as she carries through center. She's going to drop it off. Shot coming, Abby Metchwis fires it off a body, high up and over top of the net, stays in on the glass, no whistle coming, and McGladdery will just calmly get it out of the zone. That'll allow us to get inside the last 10 minutes to go in this hockey game. We've got a 6-2 score as the Jaguars looking to keep this going down the stretch. This one into that corner. Waiting for somebody to come up with it. Looks like it might be the Blades coming out with it. They'll fire it out to the point. Turned over to the Jaguars there on the failed clearing attempt. This one goes back around behind the net. Haley Rodrigue fires it up and out and skating after it, going for the distance. It's got the perfect draw weight. It's not going for icing. Ella Dole comes up with the puck and will play it safely for the Jaguars after a great effort from Alyssa Horseman to chase that puck down as best she could. This one now back the other way. It's going to be played there and chipped ahead by the Jags, but stopped along the boards by Madison House. So that one's turned over now again to Hannah Thorne, who will carry it up into the offensive zone. 8:49 to go in the third period. The point held there by Bateman. Bateman's going to carry it in, shoot the puck, tipped in front. And now 6-2 score with 8:32 to go in this period. Shot fired, blocked in front off of the stick of Sydney Desjardins, and now back the other way it comes. It's Taryn Regan. Regan carries it into the zone, but it's turned over to Isabel Corey, who will turn back and duck off two Blades players and get some room to get out from behind her own net. Plays it ahead into the neutral, misses the stick she's looking for, and that was Haley Berard, who just couldn't come up with the puck, and now skating with it. Hannah McGladdery fires it on to Ava Pinch, and again, that all too calm, cool, collected, a little bit of swagger to it. Glove save. Wow, all right. We're inside the last 8 minutes. You believe that, folks? This game has zipped along. Here we go. Face off. Pushed to the half wall. I wouldn't really say anyone won that just based on what's happening here. However, it's pushed to the half wall and now taken control of by the Jaguars in the near side corner. Hall gets it across and played ahead, and now Name up and out and not out. Kept in beautifully by the second effort by Amber Marth. And that'll be played off the boards. Chip now there to Hall. Hall will carry it ahead. She's got a little room to skate before getting tied up into the benches. Abby Metchowitz in there, giving a shove, trying to work that puck free. They are going to blow it down. I was going to say, as soon as they pretty much tie up, and I believe there was also a player down, they tie up that puck, 7:20 to go in this third period. And again, I was going to say, as it has a couple of times this weekend, got pin drop quiet in here. Tends to do that in rink 2. And it's kind of one of those kind of weird situations, right? All of a sudden you're talking away, you're going on about your thing, and then suddenly you're like, wait, I'm the only thing in this rink making noise. Whoa. All right, 7:05 to go in this third period. Let's get back to hockey as it's back along that half wall. I guess I could have waited to get back to hockey until I saw the puck again. Hannah Hall, though, offside. And that will be a face-off just outside of the Blade zone with 6:56 to go in this third period. Fairview 3-2 over Leduc. They will advance to the semifinals tomorrow. So Fairview, we wait to see if they're in the B or the A semifinal. I don't know how that works, and I don't know who that works for. But here's Sierra Nuttall cutting in on net. Chanson drives it right through. Shay Line slides over to make the save, and somehow Sierra Nuttall, all her wits about her as she's going down, slides that puck far side, just inside the post, and makes it 7-2. Let's watch the replay here on it, and what an effort. Shay Line just barely gets out of the way as Sierra Nuttall's crashing through the blue paint, and that's enough time for her to poke check it more or less, not even shoot it into the net. And Sean Metchowitz comes in telling me that it is 2-1 final for Fairview over Leduc, actually. So that is good to see. And, man, a guy thought I was going to have time to do highlight packs this weekend. That's, yeah, ooh, not good. Anyway, puck's played back. And the Jaguars back into the zone after scoring the game. 7th goal. And Sierra Nuttall gets her second of the game. So we got 6.5 minutes to play, and we got a couple of players on hat-trick watch now. So that's good news for the Jaguars fans. Somebody looking to throw a hat tonight. Shot. Loden scores. 6:21 left in the third period. Loden fires a shot dead front of the net and puts it up 8-2. So now that event I was talking about where the Jaguars would look to try and score as many as they possibly could throughout the rest of the game is now ace. 8 times 7. As I said, they were scoring about a goal every 7 minutes. Gives you 56 minutes in a hockey game. Well, my friends, what do you say? I say we probably won't get another one from them based on the math, but you just never know. Hockey is hockey, not written on paper, as Haley Rodriguez drives the net. Can't get it going, and now it's back around to Loden. Dacia Logan scores, or Loden scores the goal to put him up 8-2. Nuttall comes up with another point. If I'm not mistaken, that's a 4-point night or more for Sierra Nuttall in this one. Absolutely dominating out there this afternoon for the Lakeland Jaguars. Shot fired off a body in front. Desjardins comes flying through, but instead now back the other way, skating full wind are the Jaguars. It's Bateman and Donovan. Donovan looking still for that hat-trick goal as well. And this one fired back around. Bateman goes and tucks into the boards, kind of just protecting herself from anything worse. And back the other way come the Blades after the turnover. McGladdery across the line, gets it in deep, and now that'll come right back onto her stick. She'll float it, and again, I'm just so blown away, right? Like, the goaltending has been so great all weekend. And you can, right, Shay Lyons allowed 8 goals this afternoon here against the Jaguars. But against Leduc, she looked otherworldly. And that has been the case for every goaltender this tournament that I have watched. And I'm just kind of blown away when I'm watching Ava Pinch here, because that glove save swagger she has, just, it's something I haven't seen in the tournament yet, but it's kind of just almost a like signature thing for her at this point. And I'm thinking I'm probably, if I talk to anyone that knows her, I can probably pick up that story for sure, but that swagger's quite something that I'm enjoying watching as this game develops and we get into the dying minutes. Now 4:40 to go in the third period. This one turned over. Ella Dole will punch it deep, and it goes all the way down to Shea Lyon, who's forced to make a save. 4:30 to go in this third period. The puck back to Krawchuk. Krawchuk's going to wheel and deal and try and find her way out of the zone. Puck fired down. 4:20 to go now as the clock winding down as we go. Fun math for you. What happens when we hit 4:10? We got exactly 250 seconds to go. The Jaguars pressure in the net here in this late third period. The shot comes off a skate of Faith Collins, and it'll be up and out of the zone now, and that'll allow the Blades to recollect. Alyssa Horseman fires that one down the ice. Krawchuk meets it there. That one rimmed around the boards. And now chipped off the boards, and this is going to be played out. Metchwis will pick it up there for Lakeland. They will not achieve anything, but Sierra Nuttall just about kept that one onside. Bites the offside, however. 3:32 to go in the third period. So it's the Nuttall line out there. Once again, working on a fantastic hockey game is this line. Like just Thorne, Nuttall, and of course Loden have just been next level this tournament. I'm sure if I've heard anything from the other games, which I haven't. Don't mind me. 3:13 to go on the clear by Beaverlodge. Will go down for an icing with 3:10 to go in this third period. The first place team in Pool B in the semifinals. That again coming in from Sean, keeping me up to date. I feel like I'm lagging in my research for this tournament, but at the same rate, I've been in Cold Lake since Wednesday, and I still haven't had enough time to do 90% of the stuff I need to do here. So that's kind of the hard factor, is I'd like a little bit more time around here, and didn't have enough time to prep for the tournament either with how crazy work was the last week when I was planning to do it. But we find ourselves still having a pretty good time here on Dolynny TV. It's Sierra Nuttall cutting it up the near side wing through the neutral zone, dumping it in and leaving it to chase after it. Hannah Thorne with 2:34 to go. Haley Rodrigue behind her net. She'll fire it down. And that'll be it. That'll be all on that clearing attempt, as it'll go back for icing. What do you do? 2:24 to go in this third period. Puck one off to the side of the net. The entire crew now joining me over here on rink 2. This is potentially the first and only time this weekend we'll all be over here at once watching one game in particular instead of just in the intermission of another one. We've got a little bit of a break coming up here for about the next hour before we get back to hockey after this one concludes in the next 5-10 minutes here. Bateman getting to work with Berard, trying to keep the on-rushing Taryn Regan away from getting the puck deep into the zone. Jaguars back behind their own net. They'll fire this one off the boards. McGladdery chasing after it, but all of a sudden now Berard's got a chance and a step at center. Donovan still looking for that hat-trick goal, so's Nuttall, so we'll see if either of them kind of get to finish this one off and seek that here for the home fans. This one goes back behind the net. Now Hall will play it back into the corner, and she'll look, and she'll just skate with the open room and go back to the point for Krawchuk. Clara Krawchuk fires it in, can't get the puck on net. Buck 24 to go in this third period. Man, you guys come over here and I just start getting in the groove, huh? As the puck carried in, Isabel Corey will carry it in for the Jaguars, and then all of a sudden pull out of the bag of tricks. That was a beautiful little move to cut to the front of the net, one-handed on the stick. This one, however, fired down by Beaverlodge, and my friends, that will be yet another icing with not 1 minute on the clock, 59.9. That is as tight to closing the clock as you can get at the 1 minute mark. Just missed it by a tenth of a second. Here we go. We're ready to finish this one off inside the last minute. Final minute to play in the third period. This one chipped off the boards, and now Haley Rodriguez. Everybody look up here. This is a signature play by Haley Rodriguez. I've watched that 3 times this tournament now, and I'm still just blown away by it, just like the first time. Like I said, watch that play. Number 16 for Beaverlodge. She's got some wheels, she's got some hands, she's got a heck of a shot, and it's combined 3 times in this tournament for some pretty looking goals. Let me tell you that much. That one was a heck of a solo effort down the ice to carry that puck and get going. And Haley Rodriguez gets rewarded on yet another rush. I think she had one in the second game yesterday where she actually got denied, and I think a little bit of it was she was shocked she got denied, because after those first 2 went in, it was just kind of a natural feeling, right? As Loden will carry it in for the Jags with 36 seconds to go. I'll update the score there, my friends, and we'll get this going down into the last 30 seconds of play here in Cold Lake on rink number 2 for the weekend. Loden chasing after it, shot saved. Now a shot again blocked. 21 seconds to go in the third period. Shot from the point goes up and out of play. 16:19 to go. Or 16.9, sorry, to go in this third period. 8-3. I got Budsy who runs over all the equipment on next door. He's sitting here looking at my numbers on this live stream saying, Tyson, why are they so low? The watch time's good. Everything else not so great. Well, my friends, when the entire rink is packed, where do you expect the viewers to come from? They're all here. Here comes Hannah McGladdery firing the shot. Ava pinched the blocker save, punches it out. That, my friends, will do it in an 8-3 final for the Lakeland Jaguars here in Cold Lake on rink 2. And that will conclude, I believe, both teams' round robin appearances. The Jaguars, did they win both games yesterday? They will go 3-0 in the round robin. Beaverlodge, we will remain to see what happens with them because they were involved in that tie with the Leduc Roughnecks first game yesterday. So ladies and gentlemen, now's where I get to sit down, take off the announcer voice, and just have a little bit of fun with you. So now we get to pick an MVP from both teams. See who goes out there and earns it, right? And quite honestly, I'm not even going to bother this game. I'm not going to guess. I want to be shocked. Because I'm gonna see kind of what I think. But I'll also let you guys make up your own assumptions at home. And we'll see who the coaches and everyone picks. Because for the Jaguars, there's a lot of good performances. I'm trying to avoid saying it. And then for the Beaverlodge side, a 3-goal performance as well. I'm sure there's a couple of candidates you could pick from there. And I'd just like to see who they pick from both sides, because I don't think there is a clear defined winner from either side of the MVP this game. Here we go. Beaverlodge getting the chant from the crowd. They're pretty excited. They stick tap, and that's a pretty exciting moment when the crowd's still pumping you up after all the tough loss here at Provincials. Now we'll figure out who's got what here on the final game for both of these teams on Saturday. Tournament chair Carolyn Hall out to deliver the MVP awards for this game. Blades. Like I said, I didn't want to say it. Haley Rodriguez. I've pumped her up all tournament long to you guys here at home, and she will carry away the MVP honors from this game for her team, despite the loss. And I think it's probably pretty obvious who's going to get it for the Jags.
Had 2 goals today. Your player of the game is number 14.
Oh, never mind. I'm shocked. I thought I counted points differently. It's Dacia Loden, and she, well deserving too. I'm not saying she didn't. So Dacia and Loden will carry home the MVP honors for the Lakeland Jags. So my friends, that'll wrap it up for us. Beaverlodge and Leduc both had 1 tie and 2 losses. So I guess that will, more than likely, if they're both in Pool B or A, that will eliminate, yeah, I guess they'd be in the pool with the Jags and Fairview, so that will eliminate them from contention. So my friends from Beaverlodge and across Canada tuning in to watch Beaverlodge, I'd like to thank you for tuning in all weekend. Literally, you spent all weekend here in Cold Lake with me. And that has been completely my pleasure to have you along for the ride. Wish you and your team and future success and all the best as the future goes along. Hope to hear from some of you again someday soon. I'm sure some of you have subscribed over here to Dolynny TV, so appreciate that. And hopefully the weird Edmonton Oilers content that I bring once in a while doesn't scare you away. I mean, being from Beaverlodge, though, just saying, you know, you should be an Oilers fan. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it from Rink 2 for right now. We're going to go for an hour break and get back to action here in a little bit. I'm Tyson Dolynny for Dolynny TV. Enjoy the afternoon, folks.